Hello. I remember to unmute my mic. Important for any stream. Hello, everyone. I feel like I should start this off as a news broadcast. Hello, everyone. It's Wednesday, February 22nd, and I can hear myself twice. It's much easier when I say we're starting in 10 minutes and I can give everyone time to settle in, and then when we start the stream, I can actually just jump right into it instead of waiting for people to come in here, right? I can still hear myself. I have myself open in another tab. Let's see. Okay. I can still hear myself. How many tabs am I open in? Oh, there I am. I found myself. All right. Good Lord. Hello, Brooks. Hello, Tim. Hello, everyone. So what are we doing today? Today, I've made these illustrations in the past of a Game Gear and a Game Boy, which the Game Boy one might be the first print in my Patreon print subscription thing. I'm still deciding. Still deciding how to handle that print subscription. Whether I let people know about what prints are ahead of time to give them time to sign up for it, or whether to... I don't know. I have to think about it. So anyway, I made these two already. Because most of the games on those platforms are side-scrolling, the images going into, into the system are side-scrollers. But the Nintendo Switch is kind of interesting because so much gaming now is 3D. So having something go into and out the other side doesn't feel as true to the games on the system. So I thought it might be interesting to play with having them break this plane. I don't know which one. It's like X, Y, and Z. There's like different axes, but have it break whichever axes it didn't before. I have never played Splatoon, but I've watched a lot of stuff in Splatoon. I like the colors of Splatoon. And I wanted to play around with that, I think, more than anything. Let's see. Let's look at all those colors. Just bright as all hell. Look at that. So I thought that would be super fun. So that's what I'm doing. I already have nabbed a bunch of screen grabs of different Twitch stuff, or not Twitch. I'm thinking of different things here. Of Twitch Switch. You can understand the mistake there. Okay, so yeah, look at these. I had to find some good shots of the top of it. You know. I also have to remember what angle that is. I'm going to say it's 22.5. Let's see. Hello, double dip. Let's see. 22.5. Ding, 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 ding. What does he win? Nothing. Self-satisfaction. Okay. So, what other screenshots did I grab? I don't think you can see those back shoulder buttons. I wish it were a launch title also. Jeff. Let's see. Yes, it was a Vector Dailies way back in the day. I don't know if you were in here, Jessica, but I was talking about that Game Boy being the first print in the Patreon print subscriptions. Okay, I think that's enough to get started here. I also like that these are like basically like the C buttons, like the N64 C buttons. This makes me happy. I managed to get a Switch pre-order, but I did not pre-order the colorful ones. I pre-ordered a black one. Just this one. This one. You know? Yep, let's all pour one out for Vector Dailies. Let's see. Okay. So what's the best way to do? How did I do this in the past? I have to remember how I made these. Did I work and then skew it 22.5 degrees? Let's transform it and see what happens. So we're going to transform and shear. So 22.5. So it looks like I made some of this stuff. Like this stuff, obviously, I made. But it looks like the shape of the Game Gear I did not. Because there's no way I could have anticipated that that would be thick as hell. Thanks, Nico, and thank you for patronizing me. Is that what do you call it? Someone supports you on Patreon. Thank you for patronizing me. That's what I'll say. That's what it's gonna be. Um. Hmm. Can you get 5x5 versions of those frames? Oh, it contains can display. Okay, that's cool. Someone, Derek Jacob. Derek Jacob, thank you for the follow. Okay. Okay, where to start with this thing? What's this look like when it's edit, wait, object. I thought they were transform again. Nope, that didn't. Thought I might do the shear move. Yeah, okay, so I don't know how fat it looks. It's just like a brick. You can make you have 5 of those and you can make a nice house. Okay, so I didn't make the basic shape of this like that, but I did make the buttons and stuff. All right, so let's just start making this thing. Getting the curves of the Joy-Cons, I think, will be the biggest challenge here. And the only part that I care about here is the top. I only love you for your top. All right. I'm just going to make some lines. I have a meeting at 2, so the stream will definitely be over by then, though it's always possible that it'll be over a little earlier. These little notches are kind of weird. Oh, I see. So this is where the Joy-Cons clip in. I see. And it's just the outer shell that's like has that little thing. things are also it's bring your own music, because I'm not playing music anymore, so that I can upload stuff to YouTube. I am buying a Switch. I have a Switch pre-ordered. Let's see, how thick do I make this thing? So hard to say, really, right? Gotta figure out how thick to make it and how wide to make it. This thing is, I wish I have my Game Boy somewhere around here. This thing looks like it's wider than the Game Boy. And that's saying something, because a wide boy Game Boy was pretty wide. Yeah, I have a white PS4 that I would say I enjoy it, but I guess I don't really, because it's in a entertainment thing. It's in a thing. I never see it. But I got like a white PS4 when Destiny came out. $16 double A's. Yeah, the two things that were essential for my Game Boy were the AC adapter, and I also had like an AC adapter thing that plugged into the car's like cigarette thing. Or is it the cigarette thing that it plugs into? Was the cigarette thing like an attachment that you would put in that port? Or I don't know. I didn't have a printer. I feel like I might have had a TV tuner that didn't even work very well because I was way out in the country. But I was optimistic. Let's say that. I was an optimistic kid to think that would work way out where I was. Hey, you know what we're going to do for this? We're going to do the same thing that I did with my robot, which is kind of save, because there's some, okay, I'm going to save every step of this as I work through it in the file. One, it's nice to look at people, how to use this stuff, how to make this stuff step by step. And it'll also be helpful for any Patreon people who are getting these files when I'm done with them. So let's move all of this stuff off. We'll keep this sketch on because obviously this is the first step. The most important step, mayhap. Yeah, streetlights to illuminate the Game Gear. Okay, so there's the first step. Because I can do this with illustrations like this, just copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. It's harder for like the woodland maps that I make just because those things have like tens of thousands of points in it by the time it's over, and that is just impossible to manage. It slows everything down. All right, so yeah, my Game Gear is still kicking. It's around here somewhere. It's amazing. So the tricky part with these isometric things, or these fake isometric things, are making these curves look um, the same. Because they are the same, but well, you know what I mean. Ones on the bottom are going to look different. So a lot of this part is just kind of eyeballing it. Oh, wait, what did I do here? Was this... Okay, no. I was wondering if I moved this like back line at a 45-degree angle from the front line, but I did not. I stuck with the 22.5 framework, 22.5 degrees. Of course, as you can see here, it's very loosely maintained. I think it's thinner than that. And what I'll do too is, because really the only part with a hard edge, and even it's not that hard, is the middle part. But these Joy-Cons have are more rounded on the side. So what I'll do is the same thing I did with this Game Gear, which is leave some parts of this hard line broken, or break it in some places. It's because even though that line still feels harder than it actually is, that kind of breaking up that line makes it a little softer. Whoops, I just deleted that. Don't delete it, Alex. $10. I went from a Atari 2600 to a Nintendo, just a NES, and or no, it was backwards. I got a NES when I was 6, and then my parents found an Atari 2600 and a whole bunch of games for it at a yard sale for like $70. It was like 10 cents a game, and so they got me the system and a ton of games. And so I played that. That busied me for a long time. And then I went from a Nintendo from a NES to a PlayStation. I just played Super Nintendo and stuff at friends' houses. So yeah, it was a big jump for me. Let's see, how are these curves? Is that... And where do the Joy-Cons break off? Oh no! Damn, no. Uh, that is just heartbreaking, buddy. Okay, so I don't think this is wide enough. Yeah, the early days of wireless controllers were so dodgy that when like the 360 came out, and the 360 was the first one that had like wireless controllers right out of the box, like I was so mistrusting. I was like, there's no way this actually works. It can't. It can't work. This will not. Sometimes Illustrator will highlight the line that you're, like the extension, so that it's, you know that it's the same thing. Know that it's the same angle. Also same thing. Let's see, how much wider do I have to make? Someone followed. I heard it. I heard Owen Wilson. Chris! Thank you, Chris. Let's see here. Wait, I didn't make it wider. I just moved it. Professional at work here, everyone. Do this for a living. Is that wide enough? I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. We're gonna make this artboard a little wider so I can fit more steps in here. Stippity steps. Catch you on the flippity flop. I got my GameCube when Resident Evil 4 came out, and everyone was losing their minds about that. That's what prompted me to get one. And I got my PlayStation. From KB Toys. FRNKJ3. Thank you for. I am not going to try to pronounce that. I got my PlayStation from KB Toys, and then 2 weeks later, they dropped the price of the PlayStation. And Sony had put out a thing that was like, if you bought your PlayStation within the past week, you can go and get like $100 voucher. And I was like, no, because I mean, $100 is a lot of money. $100 is a ton of money when you're a kid. And so I went to KB Toys and explained the situation and showed them the receipt. And the manager said, we cannot give you $100 back, but I will give you $100 in games, which was amazing. So I got a bunch of new games for my PlayStation. It was a happy ending. So let's see. I think what I'll do to figure out, because I'll be able to tell if this is not wide enough when I see the ratio of the screen in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a box that's about the size, and I can't just shrink it like this because the proportions will not be equal on all the sides. But what I can do is, with it selected, I can go to Object, Path, Offset Path, and we'll do negative 20. Well, hello, Frankie. Thank you. Zippy, feel free to share. Yeah, I got was it NBA Live? Was that? I remember it was amazing that you could see their reflections on the floor of the court. That was back when sports games were still sometimes fun, and not just simulators with a lot of graphs like they are now. I think it probably needs to be. I don't know. I'm looking at these. I'm looking at the screen looks much less wide here. It looks much wider here. Huh. Huh. Yeah. Also, hi JP. All right. I'm gonna say that this is close enough, right? In stream terms, we'll say it's good enough. How's that? Let's take this and shear it like a sheep. Shear it like a sheep. Yeah, it's thick, right? All right, so I'm going to say that that's good enough to move on to the next step, which is going to be, let's see, you got to make sure you get this point on the outermost part of this curve. I just kind of eyeball this stuff. It's probably not wise, but here I am. Here I am doing unwise things live for the internet. All right. Okay. So what I do here is I will take this line and I will paste it behind this shape. And then what I'll do is with that shape selected, I'll get my pen tool and I'll see where the two intersect and I can add an anchor point to this, which then enables me to delete this section. And I'll do the, let's see, actually, I don't need to do the same thing here. And so I can join those. And so now I have like a clean thing there. Yeah, Illustrator is not very, it's tough to do really precise things. I had not saved this yet. All right, so here's my tutorial on saving files that you've been working on for 41 minutes. You should do it. So what you'll do is you'll hit Command S. It'll prompt you what you want to call it. You're going to name that sucker whatever you can remember later. And then find the folder that you made for it, and then you're just going to hit save. And it'll ask you what version. Okay. There you go. Here's your tutorial on saving. Okay, so on to the next hot tip. I'm going to do the same thing up here that I did down there, which is take this and add that anchor point, delete that. Those are those hot tips that you tune in for, right? All right, so what if what if computers just worked exactly like old school game systems? just there's no ability to save. You just have to leave your computer on all the time. Good luck. Yes, a 16 character password. That would be incredible. Chris, are you talking to me? You like my drawings? Um, I don't know. See, the confusion here is I don't know whether you mean like a what Wacom pin I use, if I use a pin, or if you're even talking to me. God damn it, it was sarcasm. Let's see. Yeah, people ask designers a lot what programs they use. What program did you use to make that? As if the program was primarily responsible. So I'm trying to see if these curves show up really when unfortunately this has like a lock thing on it, so you can't see that. So we're just going to search for some Nintendo Switch photos. Yeah, I use a stylus. I don't have a mouse hooked up to my computer. Let's eat some crackers, shall we? Let's do a tutorial on cracker eating. Um, yeah, so my first job was a lot of photo retouching, making movie posters, and so I got used to using a stylus, and then ever since then, I just haven't been able to quit it. I just keep using it. Okay, so it is visible. This little divot. I mean, these aren't like great crackers. They're Lance Toasty. This episode brought to you by Lance Toasty Crackers, real peanut butter. What kind of mouth do you use? Okay. Um. Okay. What next? I guess the buttons. Um. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make the buttons and stuff. Let's see. How did I make these buttons? Transform, shear. Some Lance Toasties, that's right. Okay, so when I made those buttons, they're just it's just a straight up circle, right? Yep, straight up circle. Perfect. So this has a lot of straight up circle buttons on it. Okay, so we have to figure out. This is where we'll find out if these Joy-Con parts are wide enough to accommodate the buttons. Yeah, feel free to share your icon pack. I realized last time you shared it, I didn't really have anything to say about it, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, I guess I didn't really have anything to say because I didn't know what the goal of it was. So it's like when I design icon packs for things, it's about kind of embodying, trying to encompass the attitude of the product or the client or the brand, whatever. Um, and so icons for icon's sake, it's tough to really talk about because it's either functional or it's not. That's really the only way that you can evaluate it. And that makes for a really short critique where it's like, yep, those are functional. Okay, so social eating, sure. Twitch IRL, social eating. I like the third cone icon, kind of in the middle to the left. It has a little curve on the right side with the shadow. I like that. I like that little curve. It's a good curve. It says a lot with very little. Is there an eating category? There's not an eating category. I don't believe that. God damn it, I don't. Social eating. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm sorry. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. Let's see. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. I have to drink some. This stream brought to you by water. You can get it from a sink. Some people like to say that sink water tastes bad, but it's fine. I've been making my wife Megs do blind water taste tests where I get some water and I say, here, drink this. And she has to tell me where it's from in the house. And she's always wrong. She's been a big water snob her whole life, but I really brought her down a peg or two, huh? Or a stream. Tap water's fine. I guess it depends where you live. But I think it's fine. I think those buttons are small enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. Wait, do I still have actions set up? Do I still have my shear? I made the actions and it looks like they've gone. So since we're going to be doing it a lot, let's make an action. How do I make an action? I forget. shear 22.5 degrees. Object transform shear negative 22.5 degrees. And stop. So I think now you should be able to just play that. Yep. Okay. Great. Why does it look like butt? See, it messes with. It's like this space looks so much bigger than this space, and I hate it. I hate it. 22.5 is my fake isometric perspective angle. I just like increments of 45 degrees. So 11.25, I just like to have, I guess, 90 degrees. So it goes 90, 45, 22.5, 11.25, 5.75. So I try to always incorporate those angles into stuff. Thanks, Zeebzer. I like how you say a system. That makes you sound like a crazy person. No, first you have to open the door, and then you close the door 3 times, and then you open the door, and you touch the other side of the doorknob, and then you brush off the top of the door, and then you open and close it twice more, and then it's safe to go through. Those buttons are too close together. Shit. Surfer Blood came out with a new album. I'm going to listen to that while I work. Are these buttons the same size as those buttons? It looks like it. So once I figure this out, I just have to do it once, right? Let's see, do I need to make arrows on these? I'm not going to make the full solid arrows, because you see it has like solid arrows, but I feel like that'll be too much information for this like little tiny space, so I'll just leave little open arrows. And these might also look terrible when they are skewed. I guess we'll find out, won't we? We'll find out together. Those are not aligned. A new follow? DLV Jose. Thank you. Doesn't roll off the tongue, but I won't hold it against you. DLV. What's that for? Dramatic language variable. Jose. I nose itches. I don't think I can. I don't think we can do Lumpy on the back of all of them. But I'm still kind of up in the air as to whether they should be a surprise or not. Why does this button look so terrible? Like I was talking earlier about making this Game Boy the first print. But I don't know. Sometimes I'm also going to sell like limited runs of stuff. Like I made a print. Where is it? Or it's not a print yet. So I made this Apocalypse thing that I was going to release as a print, but I just haven't gotten around to it. And so part of me is wondering if every once in a while the print that I sell for a little limited time that month will also be available via Patreon or what? Anyone know why when copying an image from AI to Photoshop, it would just paste as an empty layer? You're sure everything's unlocked on the Illustrator file? I'm thinking. I don't know. I don't know why it would be doing that. That's very odd. The other thing with the prints is that they're not always going to be like referential or whatever. Sometimes they're going to be stuff like my robot. And I guess I'm just still toying with like how different each print is, and Still questions to be had. And a lot of that is I'm going to rely on patrons to tell me. I'm going to rely on those who are patronizing me to tell me what they do and don't like and whatever. We're going to all learn this together. So, big learning experience for everyone. How's that? What is going on here? That is just a Illustrator rendering glitch, I think. What in the world? Because it didn't do that for the other ones. And 10 cats forever. Yeah, those will definitely be some prints. We'll definitely do those things. Let's see if we can fudge this spacing some. 1, 2, 2. Nope, that ruins everything. I mostly just hate how close these two are. Like they're not touching, but they're so awkwardly close. I mean, ooh, I really don't like it. Huh. Yeah. I could make it a little wider. I mean, I think even these buttons are like bigger than what they actually are. Why does Illustrator do stupid things like this? Why do you always gotta do stupid things, Illustrator? Let's see. So I can't. If I move this down, how weird does it look? Weird. Okay. Why do those buttons look weird to me? Do they look weird to you all? They look weird to me. I think it's partly because I've been looking at them too long, but also don't know why I spent all that time making new circle buttons when I had perfectly usable circle buttons already made. Because I'm an idiot, that's why. How to resolve that space? You know, I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm going to move on to the next circle, which is the joystick. Buttons look bad. Bad buttons. Object path offset. But JP, I'm gonna worry. It's what I do. I'm a worrier. I'm gonna worry. I have to. It's built in. It's in my nature. Why do these joysticks all look so bad to me? They all look so bad. They all look so bad. Object path offset. I'm gonna look something up. Oh, I'm all out of crackers. Advanced using the SSR method. So this, as you shear the object 30 degrees and then rotate it negative 30 degrees. So in this, if I'm shearing it negative 25, then I would rotate it 22.5. Oh my God, it looks so much better. This is what I was doing wrong. Wait, yes, it is what I was doing wrong, but then these lines are incorrect. So it would be this. So that means the buttons on my old ones were wrong. Hot dog. All right. I should have done this with all of them first. Okay, so maybe I can just eyeball this. Unfortunately, Nightbot is not sentient and will probably just ignore you. Although maybe we don't want Nightbot to be sentient. I'll just know that he's just a stupid Nightbot. Yeah, perspective is a son of a gun. Maybe, let's see, can I make all of these just like... Yeah, that's no good. Sorry it took me so long to figure out these buttons, everyone. I feel like we've been working on this the whole time, but I guess that's how these things go sometimes, is it takes forever to learn something, and then once you do, you can just repeat it over and over again, but it's all about getting to that first breakthrough. Okay. I'm glad that not all of my problem solving is completely dependent on the amount of food I eat to get there. I would be a large man. Wait, this isn't right. Or wait, it is right. And this is wrong? A stream is... looks like it's still up for me. Do you think that it died just because I've been working on the same thing for so long? So we are going to shear and rotate. Oh wait, well that's wrong. Oh my god, what is this process? Why can I... I'm going to have an awkward space there no matter what I do, aren't I? I just can't get away from it. And I just hate it. I just... Stuff like that. I see that in other work and it's just... Figure it out, man. Let's see if I do this... Then... That's not right. If I move it in, then we're in the same spot. Can I just not have the buttons on this one? See, and if this is on a 22-degree angle, that happens. Look like they're leaning forward, like the top bottom anchor points should align vertically. Like this? No. It should have been a D-pad. It would have been much easier to illustrate at this weirdo angle. Oh my god, I hate this so much. I hate getting stuck on parts of illustrations like this, and it's like I just don't want to even do it anymore. It's stupid. Okay, we're gonna forget the buttons for right now, and I'm just gonna move on to something else because that is gonna make me crazy. Object, path, offset. Thanks, Zach. I just hate it. And I can't. It's like when you have like a scratch in your mouth, or like you bite you just can't stop messing with it. I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. Just gonna leave it like that. And move on to other things. I could. That's also a good trick, is when you can't figure out how to make something, just figure out what you can cover it up with. Hey, I've been back streaming for a week, a couple weeks again. All right, I'm not in the mood to listen to Surfer Blood's new album. It is also, I want to listen to familiar stuff right now. Listen to Ryan Adams' new album. What is this little guy? I don't know what it is. Oh, this is just for fun. Object. Why am I doing this? I have the... But wait, why... Should I have done that trick, or do these buttons actually look better? No, they don't. I hate buttons. I hate buttons. Okay, so these are closer to the joystick. And the joystick is closer to the top. And we're going to, even though it's not actually aligned, we're going to align it to that button. Buttons. Buttons. All right. Do they just have little notches? Oh, they have notches on the top and the bottom. They're like crosshairs. Well, it's kind of weird because for the buttons here, buttons. I've said the word so much that it doesn't mean anything to me anymore. Just nothing. I've lost all connection. The buttons I shear and a negative 22.5, and then rotate 22.5, positive 22.5. Yeah, that's what I'm doing here. Now I'm figuring out how to make the joystick so that it isn't, so that it has like some slants on the side, so that it isn't just like a tube, a series of tubes. Since I gotta make 2 of these things, I might as well get this one right. Why are they called joysticks? BT dubs. Does anyone know? Oh, I wanted to. Oh, you all are no help. Let's go on a learning adventure together. Joysticks. Joysticks Wikipedia. I mean, there's no denying that like aviation joysticks are very phallic. But that can't be where they got the name, right? That can't be. Joey sticks. The strange etymology of the word joystick. Oh my god, this is the whole thing. This, let's see. Nico, are you messing around or is that real? So I'm still deciding whether. Thank you. I'm glad that you enjoyed that video. I think that I'm deciding whether videos like that are going to be for patron people only, or if they will serve as incentives for people to support me on Patreon and get access to all of the working and talking are difficult sometimes. Get access to the archives that are unlisted on YouTube. So I don't know. We'll see. I feel like that's my answer to everything today. Are the prints going to be a surprise? I don't know. Despite all of my I don't knows, I have put a lot of thought into this. There's just a lot of things to think about, you know? You know what I mean, Vern? Okay, so then if I take this and let's see what happens here. You know what we're gonna do right now? We're gonna say that that's enough for one step, and we're gonna copy it all. Yeah, Brooks, you tuned back in just at the right time. So if I round that, Brooks, thank you for patronizing me. Oh, I just got an NDA that I have to sign before a meeting. What time is that meeting? It's at 3, right? No, it's at 2, right? Okay, yeah. So, probably going to have to cut the stream short a little sooner. Yeah, double dip. I agree. I tend to agree. I think it's a good tease, but I'm going to have to cut the stream a little short just because I have to go through the whole process of signing this NDA. Which there still isn't like a definitive easy way to do in 2017 because we live in the darkest timeline. Let's see, it's like what lines can you get away with? Can you erase here? Select tips. What's up, YouTube? This is Alex Grinling with your select tips in Illustrator. I'll do it like that. How's that? I think that'll really sell people. They'll be like, wow, listen to this guy. He knows what he's talking about. If there's anything I've learned from the internet, it's that it doesn't matter what you say, as long as you say it loudly and with confidence, people will listen. Hey guys, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down there in the comment section if you have anything to say. So just sound off. I'll see you next time on Next Select Tips. You just have to fucking yell. Washing my hair this morning, I used way more shampoo than I should have because I forgot that I had way less hair than I did at the beginning of yesterday. And so there was this moment where it's like, I've wasted all of this shampoo. I just have to make a mental note not to do it tomorrow. And I bet I will do it tomorrow. I'm still like looking in the mirror and getting surprised, you know? Brought to you by Squarespace and Casper mattress. So I didn't feel like I was getting much return on investment from Twitch. What made me come back? Well, I never really intended to just leave it. I just... There's already enough uncertainty in my life, in my financial life, being self-employed. I never know when a new project's going to come in. People pay on different pay schedules. Sometimes it's like immediately. Sometimes it's net 30. So even if I were to get a job now that ended at the end of the month, like I would not get paid until April. And so all that financial uncertainty and having to worry about all that and worry about stuff and then also devoting a bunch of time to Twitch, which I'm not partnered, so I'm not getting any money that way. And so Patreon seems like a good way where I can actually see some return on investment enough to justify spending the time doing Twitch and not pursuing client work, not making client work, stuff like that. I guess. Does that make sense? It makes sense to me. I promise I will never be douchebaggy YouTube video guy. I'm saying that when I do it, it's not douchey. George Stick. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, I just got really lightheaded. Should probably eat more than crackers for lunch, huh? What the hell? Why is it squished? Oh, it's because I sampled it from that one. Okay. Now let's get in. All right, there we go. All right, so this looks less bad than it did when we started. God. You're getting real graphic in chat there. All right. Let's see if I can sign this NDA on my second screen here. Ah! All right. Oh my God, this is too much. I have to read all this stuff. Okay, so because I have to do NDA stuff, we're gonna call the stream here. I will be back. I think I would like to continue working on this after this meeting. Meeting will go until 3 at the latest. So let's say I'll start streaming again around 3. There, 3ish. Y'all can do that. No, I don't even think there is nothing sensitive in this NDA. That's why it's an NDA, I guess, because then the sensitive stuff comes afterward. So I can tell you right now, this joystick needs to move forward a little bit. So I'll be back on at 3. Thank you all for hanging out while I fumble my way through making buttons. That turned out to be a lot harder than I thought. So that's it. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section. I can't do it. Yeah, no. Really, thanks. And if you enjoy the stream, as always, I encourage you to check out my Patreon page. We'll do Patreon. Exclamation park. Exclamation park. That's my favorite park. Exclamation mark Patreon. Thanks everyone. I'll see you back here later today, and we will keep on working on this Nintendo Switch. I'll talk to you then. See ya.